Good morning and welcome. I'm John Burlingham, Chairman of the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, and I'd like to welcome you to today's virtual breakfast meeting. Please join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. It feels so great to be returning to our in-person events. We want to sincerely thank everyone, all our 1,000 members in particular, who stayed with us and supported the Chamber during the pandemic. We miss you and can't wait to see you all again. Your first opportunity to reconnect will be at our networking mixer, July 26th at King & Ales in Kingston. This will be our first mixer since February of last year when COVID shut us down. Chamber members will have a chance to reestablish old relationships and make new connections as well, while sampling Keegan Ale's best brews of the season along with delicious food. Founded in 2003 by Tommy Keegan, Keegan Ales has established itself as an industry leader and award-winning brewery. In fact, Keegan Ales was at the forefront of the craft brewery movement that has flourished across the state and the nation in the past several years. Our chamber mixer will also serve as a celebration of the life of Tommy Keegan, who left us much too soon on April 30th of this year. There's no charge to attend, but reservations are required. We will not be able to accept walk-ins. The Chamber's largest networking mixer of the year will be at Diamond Mills and Saugerties this fall. It's our 25th annual Buy Local Expo on Wednesday, September 15th, from noon to 5 p.m., with our presenting sponsor, Nacarado Insurance. Registration is now underway on the Chamber's website. Exhibit booth space and sponsorships are very affordable to match every advertising budget. The earlier you register, the better your choice of booth locations. Again, that's our silver anniversary Buy Local Expo at Diamond Mills, September 15th from noon to 5 p.m. We hope to see you there. The Ulster Chamber of Commerce will be honoring the best local businesses, business leaders, and organizations at our annual Business Recognitions Award dinner in October. Right now, this is your opportunity to nominate someone in these categories: Business Person of the Year, Business of the Year, Small Business of the Year, Tourism or Hospitality Business of the Year, Emerging Young Professional, Best Not-for-Profit Agency, which is our Commitment to the Community Award, and Best Multi-Generational Business, which is our Heritage Award. We'll also announce the recipient of the Len Kane Heart of Ulster County Award. The nomination form is up on our website, so take a few minutes and fill out a nomination today. The Chamber of Commerce and our partners at Color Page Marketing and Publishing Services are proud to announce that work has begun on the region's premier business resource guide for 2022. This comprehensive guide and membership directory will be distributed throughout the region and will be a great resource for local businesses, companies relocating to Ulster County, and anyone who wants to support the Chamber's mission of keeping it local. To learn about the great advertising options that are available, go to the Chamber's website, ulsterchamber.org. We ask for your support of the 2022 Community Resource Guide and Membership Directory to allow the Chamber of Commerce to continue to work on your behalf and improve our local economy. For more on our guide, as well as our upcoming Chamber events, go to ulsterchamber.org. Now, with the rest of the program this morning, here's Ward Todd.
John, thank you so very much. And good morning, everyone. It's so great to see everyone today joining us on our virtual breakfast meeting. A special thank you this morning to SUNY Ulster President, Dr. Alan Roberts, for agreeing to be our guest speaker. I know he's got a lot to tell us about the #1 community college in all of New York State, and it's located right here in Stone Ridge in Ulster County, New York. How exciting is that? And speaking about exciting, there's nothing more exciting or satisfying for that matter than to see a group of young men and women graduate from the Chamber Foundation's Leadership Program, which happened just earlier this month. To tell us more about this great program and about how you can train to be a future leader here in Ulster County, we welcome with us this morning our Foundation Executive Director, Ingrid Kulik. Good morning, Ingrid.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you, and thank you, Ward, for the opportunity to speak about Ulster Leadership Development Institute, also known as Leadership Ulster. We just acknowledged the graduation of the class of 2021, as Ward mentioned, our 28th class comprised of 18 participants. A video of the evening celebration at Diamond Mills is available on our Facebook page. This year's class was met with many challenges, the most significant of which was the need to do nearly everything virtually, including their class projects. Hats off to these great leaders. They rose to the occasion, worked through all the challenges, and completed the program on time with flying colors. The class led the 2-month youth leadership and career development program for 13 students from Saugerties High School and Kingston High School. They raised $1,250 and secured over 1,000 personal and hygiene items to donate to Family of Woodstock. Congratulations to the class of 2021, and a special shout out to Brianna Curie and Alyssa Miller. Brianna served as the class president and ran the youth program, and Alyssa Miller ran the fundraising project for Family of Woodstock. They did a great job. So let me tell you a little bit about Leadership Ulster. The program is designed for individuals from diverse backgrounds to be influential in our region's future. For 28 years, Leadership Ulster has provided a forum for Ulster County's leaders to share their insights with current and emerging leaders, helping to prepare our next generation for business, government, and nonprofit leadership. Our speakers and our panelists, some of the region's most accomplished professionals, discuss real-life situations from their past and present, thereby bringing the participants face-to-face with relevant business, public policy, and social issues. Speakers share their decisions, good and not so good, and how decisions impacted their journeys into and throughout leadership. Class members ask questions, share their own work issues, and dialogue with the speakers. We also complete the DISC professional profile and spend time discovering how different leadership styles can work best together. So why would you commit to this 9-month intensive leadership development program? Well, really because leadership matters in our work, in our families, in our communities, and in our personal growth. Leadership Ulster is designed to sharpen leadership, entrepreneurial, and team building skills, as well as heighten knowledge of the region's business, community, and government structures. Leadership Ulster provides a forum for learning and reflection to focus on that inner vision, foster passion and capacity, and overcome the anxiety that often comes with pursuing growth and opportunity. Leadership Ulster has been blessed to involve so many creative, determined, and entrepreneurial leaders who are focused on building up future leaders in our region. The 2021 class heard from nearly 40 presenters and panelists. All of our participants are now networked to these incredible speakers and panelists, a valuable outcome of this enjoyable educational program. Leadership Ulster could not exist without the generosity of major supporters over the years and the employers that send their staff into the program. M&T Bank has funded this program for many years, close to 2 decades, and makes a way for key leaders from the bank to participate in the coordination of the program. We extend appreciation to M&T Bank and to Tara Dickett, an M&T executive and a graduate of our program, who helps the foundation in keeping the program relevant. Favorite quote of mine from Mahatma Gandhi said, "We must become the change we want to see." On our Leadership Ulster application, we ask 2 questions. Why do you want to participate in the Leadership Institute? And what issues do you believe are critical to Ulster County? We all believe that Ulster County is a very special place and that we are the ones who will shape the future for our loved ones, our friends, colleagues, and communities. Leadership Ulster participants want to see change and growth, so the program encourages and equips them to move forward with such. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You must do the things you think you cannot do." In Leadership Ulster, we challenge our participants to overcome fears of speaking in public, taking the lead, listening to diverse opinions, and evaluating broader options for service. Participants interview and introduce speakers and moderate panels, thereby honing many skills at the foundation of solid leadership. In addition, the class creates and completes a class project, teaching and mentoring high school students through our Youth Leadership and Career Development Program, and raises funds to benefit the Leadership Ulster Scholarship Fund or a nonprofit in our community. Our Leadership Ulster participants span the ages of early 20s to mid-60s. Some are just getting started in their careers. Others are planning second or third careers, or retiring from professional life to volunteer in the community or pursue public office. Leadership Ulster has provided value that is priceless to our businesses, nonprofits, community organizations, and government through over 430 graduates. So Leadership Ulster kicks off in September with a get-to-know-you retreat, and then meets for sessions every other Wednesday afternoon from 3 to 5 p.m. with a graduation event in the following June. Applications for the class of 2022 are now being accepted now through August 2nd. I can send you the application by email, or you can find it on our website, ulsterchamberfoundation.org. If you have any questions about the program, please feel free to call me at the Chamber office, 338-5100, or email me, ingrid@ulsterchamber.org. Thank you, and have a blessed day.
So much for a wonderful program. We're so delighted to be starting it again in September. If you do want to find out more information, go to the website, either the Chamber or the Foundation. You'll find out so many great things about how you can become one of Ulster County's future leaders. What a great segue. Our next speaker is actually a graduate of the leadership program a couple years ago, and we are so delighted she's accepted a leadership role here at the Chamber of Commerce as our Director of Membership. We've got some new members we're going to welcome today, so for that, here's Jess Davis. Jess?
Good morning, and thank you, Ward. I am a huge fan of Leadership Ulster, as the program and Ingrid's leadership really helped me grow both personally and professionally. So I recommend it for all levels of leadership as well. It's a great time to reflect and grow as you advance in your career also. I am so excited to be here this morning, and I have been a very busy lady, and I'm excited to announce many new chamber members. We'll start with a new art gallery in Fleischmann's, 1053 Main Street Gallery, and we welcome you. Next, we have Aroma Time Bistro, and you may have seen their happy hour on Ulster Eateries United in the beginning of COVID. They were a regular face on the page. It's Marcus Giuliano and Family Restaurant in Ellenville. And the future, our youngest chamber member ever, 14 years old, we welcome Kamir Hilton Jackson, and he is the owner of Benny's Tropical Ice, which you can find on Grand and Smith in the city of Kingston. Millie's over here growling at something. I think she can see herself in the mirror over there. So be sure to stop and see Benny's. He also offers catering services. Next, we have Danielle's Pizza Shop in Phoenicia, and it's David and Danielle. They offer some unique pies, like they've brought the Detroit-style pizza to upstate New York. My personal favorite is the Sicilian. Get out there and try it. You will not be disappointed. We have another young entrepreneur that we're welcoming to the Ulster Chamber, Dark Arts Tattoo, and that's Jelani Crooks, located out on Morton Boulevard in the plaza between the Pink Elephant and Savona's Morton Boulevard and Salad Bowls. Another place that I got to visit, yes, I have some fun adventures as the Director of Membership. Friends of Brunel Park, the Emile Brunel Studio and Sculpture Park, which is located just up Route 28, just right before the high school, the Ontario High School. And it's a beautiful property with sculptures and a trading post. You can take tours. They're open daily, 1 through 5, and they just ask for a donation. So for those campers that want to take it to the next level, we welcome Glamstar LLC, Nicole Friedman. You can have an overnight or just have a tent party. Reach out to Nicole to learn more about that. And right here in Uptown Kingston, our neighbor, Grenya, and the market at Grenya, Jennifer Cruz, there's a bakery and a full service restaurant. Check it out. Next, we have Hennepins, and that's Bradford Beckerman. They operate out of Cornell Creative Business Center right here in Kingston, and it's a full spectrum CBD company. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, Mill. Look at her. Okay, we have just a few more. It's so much more than a coffee shop. Maeve's Place, right up Route 28. They're actually neighbors with Danielle's Pizza. We welcome Eva Walsh and Maeve herself. Coffee shop, there's a beautiful area to shop retail, enjoy indoors, outdoors, beautiful space with a beautiful view. And in the arts, supporting the young artists, we have Max's Kansas City Well project. We welcome Yvonne Sewell. She is the CEO and founder. And next is MM Home Improvements. I have been following them on Facebook, and they do some beautiful work updating your home. Give Maynard Marzarego a call. Coming soon, we've got the scoop for you. It's Moonburger. It is going to be located in the former ice cream castle, just at the edge of Sauk Hill Road where it meets Washington Avenue. And they'll be offering burgers, shakes, fries, fun stuff. They're looking toward a grand opening sometime late August. Again, we have another wonderful eatery in town. We were just there for a ribbon cutting. We welcome Aaron and Juan at the Pink Elephant Cafe. They are in the former TCBY space. They're offering brunch, lunch, take it to go, pick up dinner, and they're open 7 days a week. And last but not least, back to the Giuliano family, owners of Aroma Time. They have launched a vacation business, VIP Winery Vacations, and you can take a winery tour in Italy, or you can hop in your car. They'll drive you around locally and bring you to a variety of wineries and breweries. I think that's it for new members now, but we'll be back and we'll be sharing many more. And we welcome you all. If you'd like to learn about membership, we welcome all small businesses and organizations, both within Ulster County and around Ulster County. You can reach me at 845-338-5100, or just email me at jess@ulsterchamber.org. I welcome your inboxes on Facebook and your texts as well. Have a great morning, and thank you all for joining.
All right, Jess. Meanwhile, it is a holiday weekend coming up, and we're all wanting to know where we're going to go dining out this weekend. Jess, if you haven't yet become a member of Ulster Eateries United, you need to follow, become a member. Jess does amazing videos of some outstanding restaurants in our region. What's our next, Jess, delicious video? Do you know yet?
I do. It's Bella's Home Baked Goods in Highland. I'll be there Thursday, and you can find her wonderful biscotti in like our local Adams.
All right, Bella's in Highland. They are, if you're like hungry, that's the place to go. Go to Ulster Eateries United, find out the great places to dine here in our Ulster County region. Really, really special part of our community, and we're so delighted to have helped them during the pandemic. It's time to thank our sponsor this morning. Today's breakfast meeting is sponsored by our good friends at Kimlin Energy Services. They are a local, family-owned and operated fuel delivery business serving the entire Mid-Hudson Valley region. Kimlin delivers for you heating oil, propane, commercial fuels, and provides equipment service and maintenance. Kimlin is dedicated to providing friendly, dedicated, and responsive 24-hour service. Kimlin knows that when it comes to propane and heating oil delivery, as well as equipment services, you have a choice. That's why they're dedicated to providing the personal, reliable, and courteous service that we've been known for since Douglas Kimlin founded Kimlin Energy in 1982. Recently, Kimlin Energy Services launched a new program called Kimlin Community of Caring, promoting Hudson Valley organizations that offer care for the most vulnerable of our neighbors, including animals, children, and the disadvantaged. The initiative was inspired by a company policy that's popular among the animal-loving Kimlin Energy staff. Employees can bring their dogs into the office. President Max Kimlin, who can often be found alongside his corgi Abe, adopted the policy to create a warm environment for both customers and staff. They're a great local company and a proud Chamber of Commerce corporate sponsor, as well as the sponsor for today's program. So we thank you so much, Max, and all the great folks at Kimlin Energy Services. We are delighted now to welcome our guest speaker this morning, who will be celebrating his 6th anniversary at SUNY Ulster in just a few weeks. He is the 6th president of SUNY Ulster since the college opened nearly 60 years ago. He himself is a community college graduate who went on to get his doctorate from the University of Central Florida. Since arriving in Ulster County, his commitment to student success and community partnerships has been paramount. He may be best known for his unique solution to there being no graduation ceremony last year due to the pandemic. He donned his cap and gown, got behind the wheel of his car, and personally delivered diplomas individually to the entire class of 2020, something I know they will never forget. It is a pure delight to welcome from the Stone Ridge campus this morning live, the president of SUNY Ulster, Dr. Alan Roberts. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Ward. It is a pleasure to be here this morning, and I just want to thank Ward and John, and a special shout out to Jess. You guys haven't followed Jess. She's just been incredible in her work that she's done in bringing new businesses and new members to the chamber. So Jess, thank you. And I just love the dog. Well, I'd like to start by just thanking some individuals who I believe are critical to what we've been able to do in the last few years. So if you go to the first slide. Thank you to our trustees. Alan Lamita is our chair, and he has done phenomenal work in supporting us. We are a unique institution. We're a community college, but we do so many things that are different. And, you know, we're really asked the board many times to, like, this deviates from what you would expect, but they allow us to do it. And I can't say enough about our foundation. Laurel Sweeney is our chair of our foundation, and Laurel, if you guys don't know Laurel, she is a mover and a shaker, and she gets things done. So thank you, Laurel. And the next slide. Our county executive, Pat Ryan, and the entire legislature has been truly, you know, this last year, I think we can all agree, has been a very trying time. For community colleges, it was a fear of funding cuts from a number of areas. We did get through the state, but never once did the county legislature or Pat even mention the fact that they would decrease our financial support. So we truly are blessed to have the leadership that we have there. So thank you. And next slide. And I have to say thank you to probably individuals who had never thought they would be able to do such incredible work by delivering instruction in a unique and different way. Just envision, teaching in a classroom for 20 years, basically the same methodology, and all of a sudden, in 1 week, you are told that it is 100% online. Our faculty did it, and it was truly remarkable. And I know a lot of other people went distance, but that was a unique challenge that we were able to accomplish, and our staff supporting them the entire time. So again, the silver lining in this 15 months of uniqueness is that we are now more technologically savvy than we would have ever been, and I just want to thank everyone for that. Next slide. Just a few photos of the unique modalities that our instructors were able to come up with. There was still some socially distanced training, and there was just some remote, and we really were able to be very creative in a number of ways. Next slide. What we did is kind of thinking back over the last 6 years, and we thought we'd just put together a short little clip that we'd like to show you that highlights some of the things that we've been up to. So if you could just play the video. Or maybe not.
It's been a year we'll never forget. However, through our united courage and determination, we've come back. returning to lives that are more cherished and committed than ever before. Welcome back to SUNY Ulster.
I could not be more pleased with everything at SUNY Ulster. The staff, the faculty, the student body, everyone's really geared towards helping the students succeed.
The faculty is just very dedicated and passionate about what they do, and they really want to see every student who comes in and leave better than when they came in.
It's given me the chance to really become the person that I am today.
Students come to SUNY Ulster motivated to find their career path and leave fully prepared to enter the job market or transfer to a four-year institution to continue their studies.
Still to this day, sometimes when I hear people say, Nurse Julie, it's surreal that you finally have completed your journey and I'm working. Amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
SUNY Ulster faculty have pivoted from in-person classes to face-to-face, remote, fully online, and high-flex course options. In the high-flex modalities, students have the option to attend class in person or participate synchronously via Zoom. Classes may be divided into groups based on enrollment.
We want to get started because we have a very, very active and rich time together this morning.
Our enrollment and success team is here to help you accomplish your goals. Whether you're graduating high school or are an adult learner, SUNY Ulster provides a great education in both quality and value, with learning options that fit your life and goals.
I like to do all the courses online because that's what fits into my schedule the best. I work full-time, I have a family, so if it wasn't for the flexibility, I don't think I'd be able to return to school.
The Ulster Community College Foundation awards $500,000 in scholarships annually. 70% of SUNY Ulster students graduate with no debt.
It's like due to those scholarships that I was able to make a difference.
My 2 years at Ulster were completely debt-free.
The New Start for Women program, powered by Darlene L. Pfeiffer, helps women in Kingston and Ulster County earn a one-year SUNY Ulster Business Certificate, leading to living wage employment and economic mobility. The Novo Foundation undertakes these efforts with humility and transparency.
Of all the things we've done, the thing that's been most successful and I'm most proud of is the President's Challenge Scholarship.
President's Challenge Scholarship has almost 200 students in the program this fall, 2021. This program assists Ulster County first-generation students with overcoming socioeconomic barriers associated with attending college. 2-year full tuition scholarships are awarded to 8th graders.
It's always been a dream for me to go to college on a scholarship.
This is really going to change my life. This will help so much in my future, and thank you so much.
Some make changes that spread across the globe and alter the course of history. Some may only change one single life. A change in thinking, a change in direction, a change in what is and what can be. An opportunity to be valued, to be understood, to be important, to make a difference, to grow, to succeed.
Today is a celebration of our accomplishments. One chapter is coming to an end, and a new one is soon beginning. The future belongs to us.
I did want to cover a few things that were covered in the video that I'd just like to get into a little more depth. The New Start for Women. It is a truly remarkable program. And when I think about the start, it was a conversation with probably the most incredible lady I've ever met. I get choked up. I'm sorry. Darlene Pfeiffer. It was a visit that we had. She was visiting her family in Florida, and I happen to have relatives down there too. So I went out to lunch with her, and we were sitting at a coffee table, and she says, "What do we do next?" She says, "I want to make a difference in women who are struggling, who are working minimum wage and struggling with children." So I took out the napkin and a pen, and we scribbled down some thoughts, and she says, "How much do you need?" I said, "Well," I said, "how about $100,000?" So she said, "Okay, let's do it." 6 months later, we had the program in line. We presented to de novo, and here we are. They presented us with $1.5 million to support this program. Darlene, you are something else. So special. Next video. Now, we talk so much, and we're very proud about being the #1 community college in New York State. And sometimes people don't realize there's 122 community colleges. And why are we the #1? Well, next slide. I just wanted to give you some highlights on what that is. So next is there's really a ranking, and there are 6 major categories. And one is affordability. And if you look at what our foundation has been able to do over the years, the cost of education for students is relatively, it doesn't cost you money to go here. It really doesn't. And if you look at the cost of the national debt that is being incurred by students going off to 4 years in colleges, when you could come here for the same education for relatively no expense. The number of enrolled in federal loans. So if you're coming here, it's affordable. Students are taking out loans. And the third part is they don't default on them. So there's a threefer right there that helps elevate us to a level. And something people don't realize is we have 2 nationally recognized programs that are totally online. And there are agencies out there that put us in the top 10, and our online computer science program. People don't realize that. And our business program, 100% online, with, again, the affordability really elevates us to that level. And something we've been fortunate to do, and I'll talk a little bit more about, is enrollment and retention. We've done significantly well, and I'll illustrate that in a few minutes. And our 6-year graduation rate is one of the highest. Next slide. Something that I try to share with as many people as possible. I hear so often that we need a technical college. We need vocational training. Well, we do that. We may not do plumbing, but we do just about everything else. We have 2-year degree programs. Nursing is vocational. Fashion design is, vet tech, our business programs, our police basic training. These are all short-term programs that people go directly to work. Our career programs that really focus on like green energy. We do an entire program just on continuing ed. We may not get the word out the way we should, and I think that'll be one thing we're going to work on in the future, is making sure that people understand not only our 2-year transfer, which we do incredibly well, but we spend about 40% of our time doing career and vocational training here at the college. Next slide. And one thing, we talked about the fact that we are one of the most affordable institutions. And if you take affordability and add it to the #1, that's incredible for your community college. This isn't mine. This is everyone that is watching today. This belongs to you. I'm fortunate enough to be able to come here every day and just take pride in what we've been able to do. But it is, again, yours, and we should all be proud of that. So the affordability, we're in the top 100 out of 1,400 schools in the nation as far as affordability. And again, that reflects so much on our foundation. Next slide. But we do face challenges, and there's going to be challenges in the future. And go to the next slide and kind of illustrate this. This is a 10-year graph of what has happened to community colleges in New York State. And you can translate this to the nation. Community college enrollment has just plummeted. Some institutions have lost up to 45% of their enrollment in the last 10 years. The average for New York State is 23%. But if you look at the chart, if you look at the very bottom of it, there are 2 who are kind of bucking the trend. And we are almost at the bottom. We've lost only 4%. That's in 10 years. Next slide. But if you look at the last 5 years, we've actually grown. And if you look at, those are 30 community colleges. Those are my colleagues. And you'll see there's only 2 in green. One is North Country Community College, and the other is SUNY Ulster. So, we were able to do some creative things that we need to do to survive. If community colleges are going to keep the doors open, we need to figure out different ways to do the things that we're doing. Next slide. And part of that challenge, if you ask, what about right now? Well, I tell you right now, we predict a 9% decrease. Right now, we have about the same number of students we had last year, but it's going to look like we have a decrease because those students are going part-time. They are no longer taking full loads. Instead of taking 5 classes, they're taking 1 or 2. And that drives what the reports say as enrollment. So we need to get back on stride as being able to get these students to start taking full-time classes. And that's going to be our challenge over next year. And we're going to overcome that, I guarantee you. Next slide. Federal funding, something that came just in time. Probably most of us know, the next slide, is that there were 3 waves of funding that really changed the way that we were going to do business. We originally, if you would say just before the holidays of last year, we were down millions of dollars in lost revenue from the state because they had a 20% reduction on 2 different payments. Enrollment was down, another huge loss. So the first CARES Act came in was fantastic. It helped us to, but all these 3 pots of money are very restrictive. It's not just, well, you can put that in your fund balance and you can do whatever you want. You can give raises. You can do, no, that's not the way that it came down. The first round we could only spend it on expenses that were related to the COVID. So it kind of restricted that. And it also provided funds for our students, which was good. So we were able to give rebates to some students that were, defaulting on certain things. Second round comes in, and this was more or less, the breath of fresh air. It allowed us to replace lost revenue, which made a world of difference. And I'm telling you, we were, if you look at the 30 community colleges, we were fortunate. We had enough reserve that we could weather a couple of years of bad times. But this pushed us right back to where we were. So there was no loss. We're one of the institutions that had no layoffs, no tuition increase, and no request for additional funding from the county going into our next budget year. So we're really happy about that. And then the miracle came, the American Rescue Plan, which provided us with, this is the first time we're going to be able to do things on our campus we've never been able to do. We're going to bring the technology into every classroom. So some of the things you saw were very unique spaces that were very difficult and expensive. We can now bring that to 15 to 20 classrooms. And the money that we have here will allow us to do that. And we're still doing town hall meetings with the entire campus to try to get the direction where they want us to go with the additional funding. So federal funding truly was heaven sent this time around. Next slide. So what do we do that's different, that kind of made us unique? Next slide. Well, one thing is we respond to the needs of the community. I remember when a conversation with Pat Ryan, just as before he was elected, in his dream of having a Green Career Academy. He wasn't in office a week and we had it up and running. His support was truly remarkable. It is the future. It is preparing students for clean, high-tech jobs. And we're doing it right here on campus. We actually were able to do it right through COVID, on distance learning. And the thing is, these aren't 2-year programs. You can get these done in a month, in 2 months, 3 months, in different certifications. So it's truly a different way to look at things. And I think it's the future. Next slide. Something some people don't realize is there are very few community colleges in the country that support a small business development center. This is a grant that we applied for from the federal government to fulfill what I believe our mission is. And our mission is really economic development, providing a trained workforce, but it is also helping small businesses, especially in times of crisis. We have been able to be so successful during the last year. We had 150 new business clients, and people may not realize this, but during COVID, 120 new businesses started in Ulster County and directly related to our business development center. So we're very proud, and it's something that was a well-kept secret until now. And now you can see the real value behind having this kind of support for our community. Next slide. Another program that's unique and different. We went out to Shawangunk Correctional Facility and we started a program in 2016. We have 127 students. Now that is remarkable. We have 52 students currently enrolled and 20% of the incarcerated population are taking some type of program with us. And just when you think of this, the tuition is covered by a private foundation out of the city. So there's no expenses to taxpayer. And if you look at why, when somebody is released from incarceration, what's the likelihood that they'll return? Well, without education, about 50%. With education, 2%. It is the most important thing we can do if we're really, truly concerned about rehabilitation and not punishment. So it's been a good program where we're going to continue that. Next slide. Rebuilding our future. Thank you, Ulster County, again. They've been heaven sent. We have been in disrepair for a lot of years. A lot of things just went, just not maintained properly. Next slide. But they came in and there's just some snapshots of what the county's doing. $33 million in capital projects. We are going to be, we're going to be in great shape. We're going to have a campus that is truly state of the art. And I can't help talk about the SUNY water. 16 years and we got water, so we're really excited. Bob Brown was the president for a number of years and he stopped by and every time he comes to town, we have a conversation. But he was talking about when he was president about the wells and how they would dry up during droughts. And when they dry up, we more or less would have to close the campus. When we had water breaks in the middle of the winter because of ice shifting and old plumbing, our tank would go dry and we would fill the tank, but we would drain all the wells in the neighborhood. So I'd get calls from the neighbors saying, "What are you doing? We have no water." Well, that's no longer an issue. We now have an incredible water system and it's clean water, it's healthy water. And again, it's going to ensure that we're around for a long time. Next slide. One beautiful thing, I don't know if you can say beautiful during pandemic, but we were able to get the pipeline in 2 months faster than it had been bidded for, and which saved us a lot of money, saved the county money. And the reason being is there was nobody on the roads. So they had a free reign of moving quickly and getting it completed. Next slide. And these are the individuals who never gave up on the project. There's times that I was in a conference room 3 or 4 years ago and said, it's not going to happen. They're going to stop this. It's not going to happen. But my team behind me, and you're looking at all of them, said, no, we're going to keep pushing forward. And I thank them so much. That's the right-hand side. You can see that's the new water tank. Incredible individuals. And thank you so much. Next slide. Now to something that is truly remarkable. Our foundation has been heaven sent. When 6 years ago, we gave $200,000 in scholarships. This year we gave $500,000. Again, elevating us by making us the affordable college, making us the number one. It's the foundation, and the number of people who have stepped up and just saw the value in what we do and just support us is really remarkable. Next slide. A program that I mentioned in the short video is probably the thing that I get up in the morning and this is what I think about. That picture right there, there's roughly 150 students that were 8th graders, economically disadvantaged, no intent of ever going to college. That's our market. That's what community colleges are all about. You're looking at, those are the individuals. We serve and we would love to get the top 10 of every class. That'd be an easy job. But you're looking at students who need us, and that's what this program is all about. Next slide. And here's the actual faces of those students. The first one, when we started there was a first 6, round out. Then the next year we said, we're going to move out to a couple more school districts, and we brought in 16. Then the next year we're going to go full blaze, and our goal is 50 per year. So that was after 3 years. Now we've doubled that number. So if you came and you see how many are in the program, that's it. And here's a video just talking a little bit about it. It turned out to be one of the most emotional, satisfying days, I think, in 40 years of education I ever had. To watch the joy from the moms.
I'm so happy for my daughter. I'm proud of her. She's ambitious and she's self-disciplined.
I am so very proud of her. She always amazes me. So happy, and I'm so thankful to everyone for choosing her.
I thank you very much for this opportunity, and she's going to do wonderful things, I know it.
And literally that day I left knowing that we changed 6 lives. Hearing their story is just remarkable.
College is expensive these days, so I didn't really think I could go very far, but when, I had not only my family and my friends telling me they believed in me, but when I had someone who never even knew who I was, genuine believed in me, that felt even better.
People have walked out of my life, so I'm really happy that, as people walk out, there's more people that walk in that believe in me.
Over the last 4.5 years, we've had a lot of success. And I think out of all the things we've done, the thing that's been most successful and I'm most proud of is the President's Challenge Scholarship. It's a unique program where we're going after 8th graders and we're changing lives.
There are so many young adults that do not have the opportunity to receive an education. It possibly may not be talked about in their family. It could be finances, it could be many reasons.
We have so many students who are living in poverty, who haven't had parents who have gone to college, but who are brilliant and capable and full of unlocked potential.
Our students are diamonds. They're bright students, capable, and some come with extreme amount of challenges. Life is not fair, but they show up, and they finish.
To see that people have taken the opportunity to believe in students that they have never met is not only heartwarming, but it's truly amazing. It is the golden rule personified.
We started something where we just wanted to target 8th graders and give them a 2-year scholarship. Now they come on campus, they're getting the college ID, they're attending classes, they're coming to special events. They are SUNY Ulster students in 9th grade.
It creates an accountability that a lot of kids don't have, and a sense of pride as a result of that.
You can make a donation to a large organization and that's going to overhead and other expenses and perhaps the end result. But with this, you're impacting one person's life.
The idea that you can identify a student in 8th grade and then mentor them and sort of encourage them for 4 years is quite a gift for us to see a young person blossom.
This is what we're all about here at community colleges, student success. This is a unique way, but I think it's a tremendous way of getting folks here that ordinarily probably wouldn't be here or had that opportunity. This is the greatest joy that I think one could have.
The first 6 that we had, we didn't know how this was going to work. Then the next year we brought in another 16. Right now we have 50 students total in the program. As we sit right here, they're out there awarding the next 50. So we'll have 100 in the program by the end of this month. I believe we have created a model that can be expanded. So the future is to bringing it statewide.
We are so proud of Abigail from our first scholarship class. Abigail's graduated a year early and is here attending SUNY Ulster. She's our first President's Challenge Scholarship recipient here on campus, and we are just so happy to have her here.
I see students go from feeling defeated to feeling full of hope.
This will help so much in my future, and thank you so much.
Can't believe I'm getting to go to college.
This is really going to change my life.
When I heard Christina say, "This is really going to change my life," that was it. That was it for me. I was just hooked.
I knew I always wanted to go to college, I just didn't know how. When I heard about the President's Challenge Scholarship, I knew I needed to apply. I thought that would be a changing moment in my life.
For some students, it's really uplifting their entire family. Now, the next generation of their families will see that, hey, I can do that too.
The President's Challenge Scholarship lifts the student, it lifts the family, and it lifts our entire community.
I had one of the donors come up to me and she says, "This is the legacy of the college. If nothing else we ever do at SUNY Ulster, I think this will be what we're known for, changing lives." Now, we have to raise $360,000 a year to keep the 50 students. Last Thursday, we finished at a celebration where we had, again, 50 new donors. And the thing to think about is there's almost 200 students in the program right now. That means that roughly the people in our community, your neighbors, your friends are supporting this. This is not federally supported. There's no additional dollars other than what individuals in our community have given. And to mention just individuals, I have to go back to Darlene Pfeiffer. Darlene truly has given her heart and soul to, changing and helping these students in ways that they would have never had that opportunity. Last Thursday, we went to Diamond Mills and we had a celebration to recognize Darlene for giving nearly $1 million to support to our foundation over the number of years that she's been involved. So midway through us thanking her and telling her how, we just thought the world of her and how special she was, it's just like Darlene just to turn the tables on us. Next slide. I'm sorry, it's hard to talk. She gave us $1 million to support the President's Challenge Scholarship. That'll ensure that it'll go on for perpetuity. Just out of the blue, she said, I see the value and I want to ensure that this goes on. So it was an incredible day. She's an incredible lady and I love her. Next slide. And that's it. I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm crying too much. So I'll gladly answer any questions. If anybody has anything that they want to put in the text, I'll gladly share and go more details on anything.
Alan, I think the one question we might have, and I don't know whether or not we're getting too personal or not, but I would love for you to tell our audience this morning about why this challenge means so much to you as an individual, taking into account your own particular circumstances as a youngster.
It'll be hard to tell, but, because I was one of these students. When I was going through high school, college was not a possibility nor a thought. And I remember graduating, and I was in the unemployment line, and my football coach saw me there, and he says, "What are you doing with your life?" So he actually put me in his car, drove me to the high school where he got my transcripts, and which were very poor. And he signed me up to go to a community college. He says, I'm gonna make sure you get through this. And that's what this program's about.
What was his name?
His name was Paul Lombardo.
Just think about the kind of impression one person can have on generations of individuals just by reaching out and touching a person like he did to you.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Allen, thank you so much for giving us your time this morning. What an uplifting end to your program. The President's Challenge truly is remarkable. We love the foundation and try to support the foundation and urge everyone watching and all of our members to be supporters of the College Foundation. They do wonderful work. Thanks for being our speaker this morning.
My pleasure.
Dr. Alan Roberts, SUNY Ulster President, doing great work. Congratulations again, Alan, to you and your team, accomplishing some amazing things during these most difficult of times. I do want to again thank our sponsor for the morning. It's our good friends at Kimlin Energy Services, Max and staff. Thank you so much for your support. I'm often asked about this next list of distinguished local businesses that we recognize at every single chamber event on our website, as well and all of our chamber publications. These are our corporate sponsors, those businesses that make it possible for the chamber to fulfill our mission of working collectively to improve our local economy and also our quality of life here in Ulster County. So thanks to our 2021 corporate sponsors, including these corporate leaders. We also want to thank these corporate partners of ours, these corporate supporters, And yes, these sustaining sponsors, they are our 2021 corporate sponsors. Thank you also very, very much for your continued support. We couldn't do it without you. A very, very special thanks this morning to Radio Kingston. There you see Kale and Perla. They have been with us for almost a year in this journey we've been on doing our virtual breakfast meetings. We could not have done these without you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Jimmy Buff and Kale and the rest of your staff, you guys truly are a wonderful, wonderful team. Thanks so much for all your support, and we look forward to working with you more in the future. We always like to end on good news, so here's a reminder. This is not just good news, this is great news. We thought long and hard about where we should have our first real big in-person event, and we decided to go to Keegan Ales. Actually, Keegan Ales was one of the very first chamber mixers when Tommy Keegan founded the brewery back in 2003. So we are returning there. It will be a great opportunity to reconnect with your friends, your fellow chamber members, and also to celebrate the life of Tommy Keegan. So we invite you to sign up for that. It will be again the end of July 26th, starting at 5 p.m. We do hope to see you. That's our program for today. Thank you so very much for joining us. Stay safe and be well.